lovelies, welcome to the part 2 of the video on how to write emails that engage your audience and sell your offers to earn the profit. So in part 1, we covered the basics that you need to be ready with to prepare your business for the email marketing ready. So if you have not checked out that video yet, please go and check it out. I'm going to link it either here or here. So make sure you're checking out, because without the basics, we will not be able to achieve the results that we want to do. So in this video, today we are going to talk about some things that I think are really going to make a difference in your email writing habits. So we are going to talk about developing an engaging writing voice, and this is important to keep your subscribers really engaged and interested in your emails, and it is something that a lot of business entrepreneurs, especially new entrepreneurs and new email writers, are struggling with. If you are someone who is looking forward to start with email marketing or improve your email marketing for your business in 2023, let's jump into it. So first and foremost important thing in writing perfect email is subject line. Honestly, your most important job is to get them to open your email, and that really means having a great subject line. So I would encourage you to spend most of your time here on creating an attention grabbing subject line, because it is going to pay off. Remember, nobody can read your email, nobody can click your links, nobody can buy what you're offering if they don't open your email. And if the subject line doesn't grab their attention, they won't open it and they won't read it. So here are my 5 ways to make a better subject line. First one, using intriguing words in your subject line. Be a little mysterious about what is inside the mail. An example subject line could be something like, "This saved me hours of time," or "This saved me 10 hours of my wasted time in a week." So when you use intriguing words in your subject line, it creates a curiosity in the people, and then they tend to open the email to know what exactly inside the email content. So you will get more people to open your emails if you use that intriguing word trick, but you should use it sparingly. If you leave a little bit of mystery, more people will certainly open your emails, but there will be probably a lesser click-through rate, because that is not something which interests them once they open the mail. So that takes me to the second tip. If you want your click-through rate to be higher, then make your message clear in your subject line. So then you're giving away the details in the subject line itself to make it very clear to your audience. For example, a subject line could be something like 50% discount today only. This could be your subject line. When you send mail with this kind of the subject lines, people who are interested in buying are going to open, and people who are not interested in buying are not going to open. So that type of the subject line, which is very clear for the people to understand what this mail is about, is going to maybe drive your open rates down just a bit, but it is going to make your overall click-through rates a little bit higher. Why? Because the people who are really interested open your email, so that there is a high chance that they will be clicking on the links that you're sharing in the email easily. So my tip here for you is to kind of mix them up a little bit. Use a combination. Sometimes make those mystery subject lines, and sometimes make your messages very clear to appeal both kind of people. The third tip I have for the better subject lines is using the fun emojis to stand out in the crowded inbox. When you use fun emojis in your subject line, it will stand out when they open their email box, and there is a high chance that they will be clicking on your email to read out. And the fourth tip I have is always personalize the subject lines with their first name. When you personalize the subject lines, it will create a connection between you and your audience in a way that they will start feeling like you know them and they know you. So that is what is the foundation for the great connections, isn't it? And the last tip I have for you is write a subject line as you would do to a friend. What I meant to say is, title your email. You would title it if you were sending to a good friend. For example, "Hey you," or "Quick update for you." So these are the wordings or lines that will bridge the gap between you and your audience, and then they start feeling like they know you and you know them, and then they don't feel like the mail is from a stranger. So these are the 5 things that you need to remember when you're writing your subject line. And sometimes you may have to use these in combinations, and sometimes you may have to use individually. And make sure you're experimenting all these 5 and then figure out what is really working for you. Because in my experience, for some businesses, personalization in subject lines really worked well, whereas some businesses, the intriguing words really worked well. It also depends on the audience you have. So make sure you're experimenting all the 5 types and then see what is working out by looking at your statistics that your email provider is providing you, and understand what is making your open rate higher, and then stick to that consistently. Now, once they open the mail and they are reading, then it is your opportunity to actually make a connection with them. When they feel like they are reading a letter from a friend or a trusted advisor, they will be more likely to take an action on your recommendations. So creating that connection begins with being relatable and letting your personality shine. So I have 4 tips for you about making better connections with your email subscribers. The first one, be reliable. I'm not going to say that you're not going to make a great connection with your subscribers if you show up on their inbox once a month or maybe once every 3 months. What I'm going to say here is, maybe you are emailing them every day for a week and then suddenly you disappeared and not again for the next 6 weeks. Those kind of infrequent, unreliable communications doesn't really create a strong connection. So you have to be reliable and be consistent, whether you are emailing them once a week or twice a month or every day, it doesn't matter. Be there for them and be consistent and stick to your schedule. So from my experience, I have a recommendation for you. For businesses that rely primarily on email to sell courses and affiliate products, I recommend a daily email schedule. For other business models such as coaching or freelancing, or for other businesses who earn income from ads like bloggers or YouTubers, I suggest a weekly schedule. So make sure you are committing to your email schedule and then mark the days you will be emailing each week in a calendar and stick to it. And the next tip I have for making great connections with your subscribers is be relatable. So your subscribers should feel like they know you. You don't have to share every personal detail of your life. You don't have to tell them what you had for dinner or how much money you made today or in this month or in this year and about the fight you had with your husband or parents. You don't have to share any of those. You don't have to do any of that. You have to share the details that will resonate with them and share the data if you're teaching which is related to your niche and the pain points that they are dealing with. And the next tip I have for you to make great connections is use the words they use, that they actually see. You show them that you understand them, that you get them, that you understand where they are coming from, that you understand what they're struggling with, and you have the solution for their struggles. So use the same words and mirror them back. Now you may say, hey Leela, so this is all good, I will follow all of this, but tell me, how do I actually sell without feeling like selling in email? I get it. I totally understand. I totally relate to it. I am sure every one of us, each entrepreneur, either struggled or struggling with how do we actually sell without feeling like selling all the time or without feeling like we are pitching our audience all the time. Let me tell you, I have 3 tips to solve this problem. First thing is, I like to tell a good story. I am not suggesting to tell super long stories, or I am not asking you to go on and on about your personal life. What I'm suggesting here is to tell stories that are related to what you are offering to your subscribers. Whether that can be something that is going to help them understand what they are facing or how to solve the particular problem, or something fun that happened which kind of relates with what you are selling. So these are the stories you need to talk about when you are trying to sell your offers in your emails. But remember, make it entertaining. Remember that the goal is to keep them reading your mail, and if they are bored, they are not going to keep reading. So you have to be a little bit entertaining, add a little bit of humor in your email. And the next thing I always follow while writing sales emails is educational emails. I always believe good stories are educational. It needs to have a point that relates to the purpose of your email, not just what you did over the weekend. It's not going to be as effective for you. It needs to be relatable. Remember who your audience is and remember what they are dealing with right now, and will they relate to your story or not. You have to always question yourself before writing that story, and it needs to be memorable. Preferably, you want to leave them with a lesson that they can easily remember. That's when they will start connecting with you and they are going to buy whatever you're going to offer to them, because they started believing that you're going to solve their problem because you have already taught them multiple lessons using your emails, and those lessons helped them in their life and business. And the last thing that you can do to really build the relationships with your email subscribers is to make your emails interactive. Now, you're not going to do this in every email, but in some emails, you can say things like hit reply and give me your opinion on this, or hit reply and tell me what did you do in the similar situation. So these kind of the questions you can ask in the call to action and make sure you're making it interactive. You'll be surprised that very few people actually hit reply and tell you what they feel, but those who do reply are the ones you are going to build a stronger relationship with them. And those are the people who are going to become your biggest fans, and they are the ones who are going to be your biggest supporters. And shall I tell you one secret? I have one trick that I like to use to keep people reading emails or to keep people coming back for the next email. Shall I tell you that? come here. It's called an open loop. So let me tell you what is open loop. So you can do this in a couple of different ways. The first way is teasing them at the top of your email. This really works if your email is bit longer, something like keep reading for my best tips on how to sell in DMs, or keep reading for a coupon code that gets you 50% off on my best selling course. When you use these kind of the teasers in the beginning of the email, that will make your readers to go through your entire email to grab that coupon code or to grab the tips that you are sharing and make sure they read the entire email. Isn't it cool? So let's move on to the second way of using an open loop. So you can also use this to keep people looking for your next email. So what you have to do is at the end of an email, you can say something like, hey, tomorrow I'm going to tell you how to get your sales conversations juicy and make your clients say yes to your offers. Because you already spoke about how to sell in your DMs in the current email, and tomorrow you're going to share more juicy tips to make the sales conversation and make your clients to say yes to your offers. What is actually happening here is you're building an anticipation for them, making it much more like that they're going to open your email tomorrow as well, because they're going to be looking for it. Because today's email really helped them in understanding a particular topic, and now an extension to it is going to come tomorrow. So they're definitely going to open this email to know more about that topic and use it in their business or life or whatever the topic is about. I hope you found this video helpful and you understood how to write emails that engage your audience and then earn profit as well by selling your offers and services. Let me know in the comments below which is your favorite tip and the one which you are going to implement right away in your business. And also make sure you are leaving your topic suggestions in the comments below, so I will make sure I am doing the videos on those topics without fail in the upcoming weeks. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.